I threw on one of these premium headsets, would it be worth it? So I'm looking for something that's gonna give me the best sound that I could wear for hours of gaming and has a mic that's good enough that my squad's not gonna wanna mute me. And for that much money, I better know where you're walking around with my eyes closed. These are some of the highest rated premium gaming headsets that I can find. The SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro Wireless, the Audeze Maxwells, and the Logitech Astro A50X. So going from a Pulse 3D headset to one of these, this is what I found. The SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pros, these look like some Beats or something that you'd wear outside and nobody would even know that you're wearing a gaming headset. The headband is made out of steel. The ear cups are some sort of a leatherette material that are super soft. And then on the side you have these aluminum magnetic ear cup covers that you can actually take off. Inside of this thing, you have the USB input so you can charge it. And then on the other side, if you take this one off, that's where you get the batteries. And you can adjust the size of the headband. It's like this cloth material up here, just like the other SteelSeries headsets. These use dynamic drivers with neodymium magnets, which a lot of headphones use for high quality audio. With the buttons, you have the Bluetooth connection button here. Then on the other side, you have the volume controls. And also this will let you control the EQ settings and all the settings through the base station that it comes with. Then you have the mute button for the mic and then also the power button, which also works as a back button when you're messing with the base station. And then on the front, you have the mic that pops out. This is super convenient because sometimes if you're trying to wear this thing outside, then you can just pop this mic back in and it just looks like a regular headphone. These things look super nice. I think the ear cup covers, this color that they put on there is like this gunmetal. This looks super clean. Then we have the Audeze Maxwells. This is probably like the nicest looking gaming headset. I don't know. It's probably between, these all look super clean. Like it's made out of aluminum and steel. This thing feels super durable. It feels like you can really throw this thing around. These have 90mm planar magnetic drivers compared to the SteelSeries and the Astro A50X, which has the dynamic drivers. It's supposed to give you much more clear sound. This has the adjustable headband that's made out of, it's like this leather material. This one's kind of hard to adjust. I had a hard time taking these things off and it wasn't easy to put this thing back on. So I feel like if you adjust this, you're not gonna wanna mess with it anymore. Like you're just gonna leave it. The ear cups on this one, it feels like some sort of a pleather material. It's super soft. When you put these on, they like seal your ears, so it removes some of the outside noise that you hear. So you can take these off super easily too. You can just twist this and it comes off. That makes it easy for you to switch these out if you want something different. And then the buttons on these, you have the volume control, game chat mix, power button, USB-C for charging it. Then you have the mic input. It comes with this mic that you can just plug in on here whenever you want to chat. And you have the mic mute button on the side. You can also control the EQ here. If you double tap this, you can flip through the different EQ settings. And also the other one, if you press this one, it turns on the side tone and turns it off, and you can also change the settings with that. Side tone is like where you can hear yourself while you're talking into your mic. So that way you're not yelling at everyone because you can't hear yourself talk. If you guys ever played Call of Duty and the guy's flying around with the helicopter trying to find you, it looks like this is what he'd be wearing on the helicopter. Then we have the Logitech Astro A50X. This one looks like a real gaming headset to me. If you're a streamer or if you just want that gamer look, this is gonna be it right here. This thing has the mic that's just attached to it, so you can't take this thing off. It's always gonna be on there. It's pretty much all plastic and it's super lightweight. This thing looks really clean to me. And it has the these ear cups. They're just like a super soft material. The Astro A50X has these graphene drivers that also make big difference in the sound quality. And you can actually take these off super easily too. You just pull them off of there. This is like a headset that looks like you'd be wearing like on a spaceship or something. Like you wouldn't be wearing this out while you're jogging or to the gym. I mean, you can't anyways because this thing comes with a base station that it has to connect to, so you can't really use these with Bluetooth outside. That's basically an HDMI switcher for your console or your PC. You can hook up like your PlayStation, Xbox, and your PC all at the same time and switch between them using this button right here on the side of the headphones. This also has a Bluetooth button, so that way you can connect to your phone at the same time. And then you got the volume controls on here too. This one also has a game chat mix buttons here on the side. So this is convenient too, because when you're wearing this thing, you're not just like looking for where it is. You know, like here you got the buttons on the side. It's really easy to get to. And then on the bottom you have the connectors. So this connects to the HDMI switcher or the base station for you to charge it. That's one thing that's cool about this thing, is that it's always going to be charged. Yeah, all three of these look clean to me. If you have multiple consoles or PC console combo, the SteelSeries, it comes with a base station with 2 USB inputs. So it comes in like an Xbox model and a PC PlayStation model. If you get the Xbox one, since Xbox has like their own dedicated connection for their audio, you can get the Xbox one and then connect the other one as just like a regular USB-C to connect your PS5 or your PC or like your Switch or something like that. If you have an Xbox and another console that you want to hook up, you probably want to get that one because that way you can connect everything to it. What I really like about this one and the SteelSeries is that they both do Bluetooth and game audio at the same time. So you can play video games and listen to your phone at the same time. This is really good for, say, if you're in the lobby playing Call of Duty or something and you're waiting for the game to start, you can just connect it to your phone and then listen to whatever music instead of the in-game lobby music, or you can just watch videos and stuff while you're waiting. I think that's really convenient. Or if you have your Discord on your phone or something like that, you can just, you know, chat on there or whatever, listen to it while you're playing your games. I think that's like one of my favorite features, honestly. This has Bluetooth 5.0, but you're not gonna get the higher audio quality codecs with this, like LDAC, LC3, or aptX, or any of that. The Astro A50X comes with that base station, which lets you connect 3 inputs through HDMI. So it's HDMI 2.1, so you get 4K 120 Hertz, and it has pass-through for VRR and ALLM. It's compatible with Dolby Atmos and Windows Sonic Spatial Audio and the Tempest 3D for the PS5, which I'll get into that when we talk about the sound. So unlike the Astro A50X, you can't do the game chat mix with these ones on the PS5. That only works through the HDMI, and these ones connect through USB-C. So the Maxwells, they use a USB-C dongle to connect using the 2.4 gigahertz. It's just like the PlayStation Pulse Elite or the Pulse 3D headsets. One thing I don't like is that you can't do the audio through the Bluetooth and gaming at the same time. I really like having the ability to listen to music while I'm playing. I know you can do that with the Maxwells with the cord. I just like being wireless. It'll let you connect to your gaming console and your phone or whatever at the same time, but you're not gonna get the audio at the same time. If one's turned off, it'll keep connected to the other device, but you're not gonna be able to listen to both at the same time. It doesn't have active noise cancellation, but once you put these on, it like seals your ears pretty much. So it has like this passive noise cancellation basically, so you don't hear as much stuff on the outside when you have these on. The Astro A50X, this one, everyone's gonna hear what you're listening to if they're sitting next to you. So they're gonna hear your game, your music, all that stuff, man. You have to have like a room that's pretty quiet, because since you can hear everything outside through these ear cups, if someone else is in your room, you know, they have the blender on or they're like vacuuming or doing other stuff, then it might confuse you when you're hearing footsteps in your game, because you're gonna mix that sound up with the sound that's going on in your house. I think the SteelSeries is probably the best one when it comes to the noise cancellation. It actually has that active noise cancellation, but it's okay compared to like some of the other headsets that I've used. Between these ones, like this one blocks out noise the most, I think. It also has the least amount of noise like leaking. If you're somebody that listens to music that you don't want other people to know that you listen to, people think that you listen to Kendrick when you're really listening to like Sabrina Carpenter or something like that, then you want to go with the SteelSeries, because then they're not gonna be able to figure out what you're actually listening to. Even the Maxwells, this one leaks noise, and if it's loud enough, people are gonna know that you're really a Swiftie or something, or you know, whatever you like to listen to. All right, so this is the mic on the Audeze Maxwells. Bro, how the hell you turn this thing down? There it is. I think the sound of this one's not bad. It's not great, but it doesn't sound super tinny or anything. You can hear how, you know, if you have a deep voice or anything like that, I think that comes through okay. It just sounds like you're kind of like talking out of a box, like a cardboard box or something, or it's not like super clear, I guess. Yeah, that's one thing that's cool about this, is that you can adjust the side tone levels on the side. So this is what the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro sound like. Just the regular default mic settings. I'm not using any EQ or anything on this one, so I'm gonna put this thing on. I think this one, compared to the other ones, it sounds okay. It sounds a little bit more tinny. You can't hear like the lows as much as you can on the Maxwells. You can probably make YouTube videos with this mic. It just almost sounds like a professional mic. This is default. I'm gonna change it to broadcast. It kind of sounds like if you were to hear somebody on a radio station talking. I think that's what it's supposed to sound like. So the next one is going to be called Competition. This one is like a little bit more like the SteelSeries side versus the Maxwell side. You don't hear the lows as much. It sounds more tinny. So we're back to the default settings on the mic right now. I think with a mic this good, I think the people that you're playing online with, they're going to appreciate that a lot. So I'm going to show you guys the Sonar EQ settings on the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro. So right now it's on broadcast low pitch. That's what I've been talking on this whole time. So this one's called deep voice. Does this make my voice sound any deeper? So this is the flat. It makes your voice sound like you have like your nose is plugged or something like that. So I'm gonna change it to another one called less nasal, and hopefully it doesn't sound like my nose is plugged on this one. Do I sound any better on this one? I don't know. I guess I'll hear it when I check out the video. Alright, and this one is called walkie talkie. You can really tell the difference on this one. Clarity low pitch, clarity high pitch, broadcast voice low pitch, broadcast high pitch. Yeah, you can change a lot of things in this. So if I go to game, it's on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 right now. These are a bunch of different game presets that you can change to, so that way you get the best sound for whatever game that you're playing. This is what's cool about the SteelSeries, is that it's just like lets you customize it so much. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times when I'm playing video games, I have all this noise that's going on around me. Sometimes I'll have my wife yelling at me because I'm playing too many games.
Hello, I need you to help me clean.
I hope this noise cancellation is actually working on this mic, because you don't want to hear any of this stuff. Sometimes you have the blender running. This is without noise suppression on the Audeze Maxwells with the blender. This is with the noise suppression turned up high on the Audeze Maxwells. And this is with the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro. All right, so that's probably not ever going to happen in real life where you're going to have a blender in your face, but sometimes you'll have people vacuuming while you're playing, and this is what it's going to sound like if they're right in front of you. I think this is just freaking out the cats right now. They're just like running over all over the place. Now this is with the Audeze Maxwell with the vacuum on. Hey, hit my camera. This is with the noise suppression on high. See what this one sounds like. With this one, you can kind of hear it still while I'm talking in the background, because there's no other place for them to play except right next to you on the couch while you're playing video games. But if I stop talking, you probably can't hear it. So right now we're going to test out the distance for the Astro A50X. I'm upstairs right now and I have Madden on. So I'm going to go all the way downstairs and see if I can still hear it. This is like the corner of the room, and it kind of cuts out right here. So this is like really far from where I was, because I went downstairs and this is like on the pretty much almost the complete opposite diagonal side of the room, and I can still hear it. It cuts out like every maybe 5 seconds or so, but this is where it loses the signal. Actually, I'm gonna go outside with this one. We're gonna go through the garage. So I'm gonna see how far this goes when I walk outside through the garage. And that thing is on the 2nd floor right now. All right, so it cut out. I'm like in front of the house right now, like probably like 15 yards in front of the house, and it cut out. So that's still pretty good. All right, now we got the Maxwells on and still got Madden playing in the background. So let's go downstairs and see how far this thing goes. All right, back in that same spot. This one's not cutting out, so this one feel like it has more range than the Astro A50X. So let's go outside now. This thing is still sunny out. I'm neighbor's gonna be like, what the heck is this guy doing? With his headphones and the camera and everything. All right, so still going. Yeah, I'm gonna go down the street with this one and see how far I can go. It's cutting out right about here. Yeah, it's starting to cut out right here. I can't hear it no more, but damn, this is way further than the other one that I was. So let's go back. It just like disconnected now. It's not even connected anymore. All right, so walking into the garage again, and it just connected again. It actually reconnected by itself. All right, last one, SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro. See how far this one goes. This one's coming out pretty bad. It sounds like a robot. Let me see if I can even go outside with this one. All right, it's cutting out already. Like halfway down the garage or halfway down the driveway, it's already cutting out. Now it's gone now. All right. So SteelSeries have the lowest range. It has the shortest range out of all of them. The Astro A50X is the most comfortable headset out of all three of these, like by far. This thing weighs in at 343 grams. It's super lightweight. I can wear these for hours and I'm not gonna get tired of wearing them. And sometimes I'll just forget that these are even on. Because of the ear cups, you can hear right through these. I can hear all my surroundings. They're super comfortable. They also don't press against my ears, usually around the bottom or the back of the ear cups. After a while, some of these other headsets, they'll press against your ears or your head. And then that's when you get tired of wearing them, where this one, you don't feel that. This thing on the top is super soft too, so it makes it comfortable like on top of your head. And since it's lightweight, you're not gonna feel that pressure on the top of your head like you do with the Maxwells. This one's pretty comfortable. Like when you put this on, super soft. The ear cups are soft and it's pretty lightweight, so you can wear this for a while. Since it has like these leather ear cups, it gets kind of hot after a while. After a while, you do feel like you need to let your ears like breathe a little bit. But it's not too bad. The ANC thing also sticks out on the ear cups. Depending on your ears, you might be able to feel this. This headband's super comfortable too. You can adjust this out pretty easily. This is what I like about the SteelSeries one, is that the headband, it comes off way easier than the Maxwells. I can just pop this off and then put that back on like another side. This one is like the heaviest one. And if I put this on, you gotta make sure the adjustments are good. After a while, I feel like it like kind of hurts, or you feel more pressure like right here on the bottom because of the weight. Like, it's not too bad. It's like the ear cups feel pretty comfortable, but I think it's just the weight of the headset. It's like the heaviest one. So when you put this on, you might even feel pressure on the top, like on top of your head for some people. That one's like the least comfortable one. So this one has 24 hours of playback, and since it's always gonna be on the base station when you're not using it, this thing is always gonna be charged. Like you never have to worry about plugging it in or swapping out the batteries or anything like that. That's super convenient to have. Like you just put this away, and then when you're ready to play, you just grab it and it's always gonna be charged for you. The SteelSeries also has a fast charge, so if you charge this thing for 15 minutes, you get up to 3 hours of use. This thing comes with 2 batteries that you can hot swap, so it gives you like 8 seconds to swap between the 2 batteries, and it still stays connected. SteelSeries says that you can get up to 44 hours, so it's like 22 hours per battery. The battery life on the Maxwells is insane. They say you can get up to 80 hours. I never have to charge this thing, and even when I do, it has fast charge, so you can charge this thing for 20 minutes and you get 25% battery, which that'll run you all day. None of these headphones have issues with battery. You can go all day with any of these headsets. All right, so when it comes to sound, that's like one of the most important things about these headsets. Like, why are they cost so much? They better sound freaking amazing, right? So after trying out all 3 of these, I'm gonna tell you the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro sound great, but I think they still don't come close to the Astro A50X or the Audeze Maxwells. This one comes really close to the Maxwells, I would say. Like, everyone talks about the Maxwells and how good these sound. These sound amazing, like, especially for music. The Maxwells, just, there's nothing that comes close to these. This is a headset that comes close to like my Denon D2000s or something. If you listen to music a lot, then these are the best sounding ones that you can buy, I think. It's not even close. I feel like you can hear the lows and the mids a little bit more on this one, where this one is just, it's more flat. They sound a lot more clear. Like, everything is just like super crisp and clean sounding, so you get a lot better highs, and even the lows, they just sound super clean. So that's like gonna be a preference. Like, if you like more bass in your music, then, you know, I don't know, like, to me the Maxwell still sound the best. The SteelSeries, when it comes to music, this one sounds better than like the Pulse Elite and the Pulse 3D headsets that I've had, but it doesn't come close to any of these ones. You're gonna get more bass out of these, but it's not gonna sound nearly as clean as any of these. Like, you really have to mess with the EQ to even get it to come close. So out of these 3 for gaming, Man, this one was tough, honestly, because the Maxwell sounds so good for most games, but the Astro A50X sounds amazing. I think for sports games, I prefer this one. Like, I feel like on NBA 2K or NCAA Madden, it feels like you're more closer to the field, or you're right there on the court, and then the commentators, you can hear them a lot more clear than it feels like you're watching it on TV or something. Versus the Maxwells, they sound really good, but I think the commentators, they sound like, it just sounds like more distant. I think the crowd noise on the Maxwell sound a lot different than the Astro A50X. It just feels like you're closer in the action when it comes to the Astros. Say you're running up the middle, there's like blockers and everyone around you. It sounds like you're like really down there. You can hear it all around you, where the Maxwells, you can hear that, but I didn't think it was as obvious. It didn't feel like I was like right there on the field playing or whatever. Even on the NBA 2K, it felt like you were just, you know, down there in the court. Versus the Maxwells. The SteelSeries, I think for sports games, this one, it kind of gave a sound of like maybe a bigger crowd, just because there's more bass and stuff, so you can hear the hits a little bit more maybe. Like I said, out of the box, if you're just using the flat EQ, I don't think it sounds nearly as good as the other ones. Games that have like music and stuff, Maxwell sound amazing, because that music just sounds better on the Maxwells, period. If you're playing games like Final Fantasy or something like that, the background music's gonna sound super clear on the Maxwells, and then all that audio that you get from like the action, like, it just sounds super crisp. This one also sounds really good. Other games like Ratchet and Clank, certain games like that where you have aliens shooting at you, I think when you have more bass, it actually sounds kind of better sometimes. You can really hear how good that the shots sound. It's like super clean, but you also get like really good, that low sounding effect with it too. Certain games I think sound better with the Astro A50X than they do the Maxwells. Like, everyone loves these things and how they sound, and they sound amazing, but there's certain games that I actually prefer the Astro A50X. So SteelSeries, when it comes to single player games, I thought it sounded pretty good for like games like Spider-Man, where you need that like spatial audio. This one does the best spatial audio out of all of these. You know, besides like first person shooters, I think games that you want to hear a bigger environment, I guess, a big city like Spider-Man, or maybe when GTA comes out or something, you'll probably appreciate the spatial audio on these ones, because it just feels like everything is really spaced out. Maxwells are pretty close. You can hear like all the sounds that are around you, and the traffic and the people talking and just flying through the buildings and stuff. But the Astro A50X, this one sounds like it's the closest sound to your ears. Even I think with first person shooters, you can still pinpoint the footsteps and stuff, but as far as having like the environment feel like it's bigger, the SteelSeries and then the Maxwells, those are spaced out more. In the SteelSeries, these are going to be the best for first person shooters, especially on PC. If you use the Sonar EQ and you have all that, like the spatial audio turned on, this thing sounds insane. This headset makes me feel like I have like an unfair advantage sometimes when I'm using it. I can hear exactly where someone is, whether it's above, like on another floor, or like in another room behind me, or like on the side, or going all the way around, whatever it is, I can pinpoint their location. This headphone, it definitely gives you an unfair advantage when you're playing online, like no doubt. I was playing Black Ops 6 the other day, and this guy actually like said something. Wow, how does this guy have 7 kills to 1? Everyone else has like 1 kill and he has 7. And then further into the game, he just kept saying stuff like, dang, dude, you like deserve to win because you have 20 something kills and everyone else is in like whatever that they had, you know. But I was just like, dude, it's actually just the headset. I can hear all you guys moving around and walking around. I know exactly where you are before I even see you. So I told him, I was like, dude, it's just like, these headsets are insane. I can hear everything with these, and it gives me that advantage. I'm telling you, when you play first person shooters with, especially this one right here, I don't think, it's not even fair sometimes. I feel like I got a cheat code, you know? The Astro A50X, this one comes close as a second place, I would say. The thing with this one, if you're playing on PC, it's amazing. The footsteps, you can pinpoint everything. If you're on PS5, since this thing uses the base station to hook up through HDMI, the PS5, it disables the Tempest 3D audio. So make sure you guys know this. If you guys are using this, at first I was like, how come the sounds are so close to my ears compared to these other ones? It doesn't even sound like there's any 3D audio. And I realized that it's turning off the Tempest 3D audio because I'm using the HDMI. Even in the settings, you can turn on, there's like a 3D audio settings for the TV. So if you have it plugged in through the HDMI and you turn on the 3D audio for like the TV settings, it's not the same. It's not the Tempest 3D audio. It doesn't sound nearly as good. I was seeing like, there's other ways around it. If you want to use the HDMI to get the higher quality audio than the USB-C, you can set the HDMI audio settings to, instead of TV, you can set it to like amp or something like that, and then it'll let you change it to 7.1 audio. But so I tested this out and I feel like the Tempest 3D audio, to me at least personally, I can pinpoint sounds a lot better. Because I'll give you an example. This is not an FPS game, but if you play Astro Bot, there's this Halloween level where, you know, this brick wall is like slamming down to the ground. I positioned the cameras to where the sound was coming like sort of like diagonal from me. The Tempest 3D audio, it pinpointed it exactly in that direction. The 3D audio that you get through the HDMI, it was like off to the side and it didn't sound as good at all. It was like not even close. And then I set the HDMI audio settings to, instead of TV, I set it to amp or whatever it is. That one sounded better than the 3D audio that you get just through the HDMI, but it still put that sound like off to the side a little bit. Like it wasn't in the direction that this thing was coming down, slamming into the ground. The Tempest 3D audio is the only one that actually had it accurate every time I turned the camera to where the sound was coming from. With these ones, if you really care about the Tempest 3D audio that you get with the PS5, you would have to hook this up using the USB-C and set your audio out to the USB-C. It'll say like Astro A50X headset. Just set it to that, and then make sure if you go into the 3D audio go to the headphones one, and make sure that's on. To me at least, that's how you're gonna get the best 3D audio out of this thing. It's not even close unless you have that 3D audio setting turned on. The Maxwells, these ones are all right. When it comes to FPS games, it was harder to tell exactly where somebody was running to, and it was sometimes, you know, you get confused thinking like, oh, did that guy go that way or did he go this way? Like, it's not as accurate as these other ones. So the Maxwells, these ones are great for like single player games, and also best one for music by far. Astro A50X, this one is like super close. I think honestly it's going to be a preference for some people, where this one might even sound better for some games. I think for this one, me personally, I prefer this one over the Maxwells for sports games, but I like the Maxwells better for like RPGs and like single player games. For FPS games, any kind of shooters where you need to know that location, that exact location of people running around, this is it right here, the SteelSeries. There's like these ones, this is the best one that I've seen by far through, you know, any headset. This one beats the Pulse 3D, the Pulse Elite, you know, all those other headsets I think that are made for that type of like 3D sound. I think this is the best one, the SteelSeries. The main thing is, are these worth it? Man, these things are like super expensive. All of these are over 300 bucks. This one cost me like 380, 310 I think, and then this one was 300. So all of these are in that it's like 300 to 400 bucks, versus I can just get a Pulse Elite for like 150 bucks right now, you know, or a mid-range SteelSeries or whatever other mid-range headsets that are out there. So this depends, like with that amount of money, you're basically paying for like these extra features. Do you want something that's going to get you Bluetooth audio and gaming at the same time? You'd be able to listen to your music through your phone while you're waiting in, you know, you're playing your games, or you want to be able to chat like on Discord while you're playing your games, you know, through your phone. If you want that super high quality audio for music while you're on your PC, you want to be able to game on this, and you want to be able to play your music and just use one headset for everything. Overall, all three of these, they sound better than like my Pulse 3D, and you know, I've tried the Pulse Elite. Even the SteelSeries, I think, sounds better than both of those headsets, even at the flat EQ, without even changing any EQ. And then if you change the EQ on the SteelSeries, it completely destroys any of those headsets. So for that price, you're gonna get much better sound quality compared to like your average headset. You're basically paying for the build quality, the sound quality, and then the extra features that you get. With headsets like this, you're also paying for the HDMI switcher and then the best mic that you can possibly get, you know, for a gaming headset. These headsets, it's like a game where you have to choose your character's strengths and weaknesses. Like, none of these headsets do everything. This one doesn't have the Bluetooth and game audio at the same time. The mic is okay, it's heavier. This one doesn't sound as good as the other ones. It's still really good compared to any other like mid-range headsets, I think. The mic is not that great on this. If it wasn't so dependent on that base station, then I might think that this one is like the best one overall. That's what holds me back with this one, is like, if I have this one on my PlayStation, then I have to do all this setup and, you know, unplug everything, plug it back in on the PC, and then if I want to play my PlayStation, I have to do the same thing. I have to bring it to the living room, plug it back in, unplug everything, you know, all that stuff. So it's just like way too much work to move this one around. I don't know if this is possible. You know, maybe there's like limits to the technology, and that's why each one has something different that it does better than the other ones. But I wish they could take the sound of this one, the mic of this one, and then the footsteps of this one, and just combine it all into one headset. Like, shoot, I would, if they can make something like that, I would pay more than $300 for that, man, for real. Because if I can get the best footsteps, the best sound, and then the best mic, not have to be stuck on a base station, and also be able to use my music and my game at the same time. Somebody make that headset, you know, somebody out there, like SteelSeries, Audeze, or, you know, Logitech. One of you guys please make this headset happen, because I'll be like the first in line to buy one of those. You know, if this video helps you guys out and you want to buy one of these, I have affiliate links down at the bottom. That helps out the channel. It doesn't cost you guys anything. Really appreciate you watching, and let me know what you like and didn't like. So I'll see you guys at the next one. All right, peace.
Such a 90s baby though. If we grindin', then we grindin', man. I feel like Tony Hawk. And my homies got the iron, man. They feel like Tony Stark. And you better watch your head, cause it get wicked up the top.